Hello everyone, this is Warm-Light Tarot. Welcome to today's video for December 2021. Before we get started, I would just like to thank all of you for being so patient with me. I know that in the past month or even two, I haven't been putting out content so much, maybe once or twice a month, I think. I guess it's the darker season. It always makes me feel quite tired, and I also started at a new job in September, and then now in December I'm starting at another new job, so all of that has kept me quite busy, and it always takes me a time to adjust to like new things. But I definitely haven't forgotten this channel. It has been on my mind, and I definitely always want to film monthly videos, monthly readings, and other readings as well. And I'm hoping to be more active next year in 2022 and in December as well. But thank you so much for being patient with me, like I said, and also welcome to any new subscribers. I hope that you like it here. So now let's get started with the actual video. So this is a reading for December 2021. As usual, we have 3 piles of cards here. You may choose the piles based on these crystals placed here, or with these oracle cards that I've picked for each pile. First, let's look at the crystals that we have here. So pile 1 has Selenite, and pile 2, this is clear quartz, and pile 3, here we have Moonstone. And as I usually do for all of my readings, I also pull oracle cards for each pile, and this time I wanted to show one of them for you beforehand, so maybe one of you or some of you will feel pulled towards one of these piles based on the card, like the images on them or the message. So first, for pile 1 we have Kali. She's the Hindu goddess of destruction. It can be scary, but also very inspiring. There's a very clearing message in a similar way as the Selenite here has. Pile 2, we have this concept of Dhyana, which means, like in yogic tradition, it means like presence or mindfulness, and like becoming one with what you are doing at a current moment. And then we have pile 3, Ojas, and that means well-being or health, basically. Okay, so now I will give you a little bit of time, about 10 seconds, or if you need more time than that, feel free to pause the video, but I will give you that amount of time to kind of sit with these cards or these piles if you need that to choose your pile. Okay, so 3 piles to choose from. So, hello everyone who chose pile 1 with this stick of Selenite and with this card of Kali, the goddess of destruction, on the top of it. So while I pulled this oracle card, this one is from the Yogic Path oracle card deck. and this one is from this Sigil Oracle card deck. So why I pulled these two cards to start this reading with is to get some advice for how to achieve your highest growth or your, highest good this month. So we have Kali and Cognizance. So what these two cards tell me is that you have to become cognizant, aware of maybe things such as patterns of behavior or thoughts, or even like relationships, things related to your career. So you have to become aware of those patterns that are no longer working for you. You have to see them very clearly, and then you have to use the energy of kind of like destruction and chaos to build something new in your life. And this process could be internal or external. Like, let's say you are at a dead-end job. In that case, like you could focus on building something new for yourself. So this change would be external, but it's also possible that you have to become aware of like limiting beliefs within your own self, in which case this process would be internal. So please reflect on that advice, see if it resonates with you. Is there anything old and stagnant that needs to be destroyed in your life? That may feel or sound like a very violent process, but it's not really. I mean, like when something old or non-functional, dysfunctional gets destroyed, it makes space and time for something new to blossom. Okay? And so next I pulled 3 cards to represent a theme in your life in December. So this is just one theme. It's possible that there's a lot more going on in your life in December, but this is just a representation of some sort of energy in your life in this current month. So we have Knight of Swords, 5 of Swords, and 7 of Wands here. And I kind of feel like the energy of these cards is quite destructive. So very fitting for Kali here. The Knight of Swords tells me that you are really like going after something. It could be like a promotion at work, or it could be a relationship or something, but I don't know, I think you are very kind of like intellectually focused on it. I don't see a lot of like deep emotions or anything like that here, and I feel like you are not afraid to kind of like get hurt or hurt other people. You just really want to go after what you want. Being ambitious is a good thing, but sometimes the energy of the 5 of Swords is very like argumentative and kind of like egocentric. So while it's like I said, it's ambition can be a good thing, and there's nothing wrong with going after what you want, but I feel like there's like this sense of immaturity and egocentrism in these cards, so I would pay attention to that, because sometimes you just, when you want to achieve something, you just become very like one-minded or like centered on one thing, and you just you see nothing else, and you don't like see how you may even end up hurting other people or hurting yourself. And this is a card of like victory at the same time, but it's kind of like a hollow victory. So it could be worth it, but there's also this sense of having to maintain it. So you win something, but at the same time, the fight doesn't end there. You just have to continue fighting, because it didn't come easy, so keeping it won't be easy either. Okay, so you go after something, you actually end up winning this thing, whatever it is, but then the fight doesn't end. It doesn't end there. I checked the bottom of the pile for these cards, and it's the Three of Cups. So to me, this is a card of friendships and relationships. It has this very sweet emotional tone to it. So I kind of feel like for some of you it could be some sort of kind of fight over friends or over people in your life, or it's possible that this card just represents you doing something that has a huge effect on the people in your life. If this, what you are going after, is let's say career related, so you may end up neglecting or hurting your friends or your loved ones with your actions. Okay, and next I pulled cards to represent how the situation kind of turns out. The Queen of Wands tells me that whatever you have worked on and wanted to achieve, you will be able to pull it off, and it makes you feel very confident. And I feel like you're just very high achieving woman, maybe in business or in career, possibly. But at the same time, there's this loss of something. It could be finances, because we have a card of pentacles or coins here. But it could be also, it could also mean losing your support group because of your actions or something like that. Maybe you ended up treating people in a poor way, or you ended up neglecting them, and you kind of lose their support because of that. So I feel like you scored this big win here, and you're celebrating it, but it hasn't come with its challenges. And then we have the Knight of Coins here. Did I forget to introduce these cards? Maybe so. So we have Queen of Wands, Five of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles here. But anyway, the Knight of Pentacles is someone who is very kind of dependable, and maybe even business oriented, family oriented. So I feel whatever you have achieved here, you are kind of on the lookout for more. But the Pentacles have a more kind of steady energy compared to Swords and Wands. So I feel you are whatever you are planning to do in the future, you are focusing on doing it from a more kind of steady, grounded, smart basis, rather than this kind of very intense energy that we have here. From all of these cards, I just get the sense that I feel you are affected emotionally. You have this one card of Cups here, so you are affected emotionally, even though you appear very tough on the outside. Outside, you're this very successful businesswoman, but inside it's possible that you're even hurting. So it makes me feel whatever this thing that you were going after, whatever you wanted to build, was it all worth it? Especially if you ended up hurting yourself or hurting other people. I checked the bottom of the deck for these last 3 cards here, and we have the 5 of Cups, so it's a card of like pessimism and feeling like you've lost something. So yeah, definitely feel like, you know, if you don't pay attention, it's possible that you will end up like losing something that means a lot to you emotionally. Like it doesn't mean that you've lost all of it. It can be fixed. That's the message of 5 of Cups. But yeah, like, don't forget your emotions. Don't be just like this cold-hearted person, you know, and treat yourself and other people like they're, you know, like you could just discard them like that, you know. Lastly, I pulled 2 advice cards to kind of tie together this reading, and we have the Lovers and 10 of Pentacles here. So yeah, definitely just feel like these cards are telling you to like to choose your loved ones, choose your family. You know, they're the ones for you out there. Like, maybe this thing here is like, I feel like it's something career related for many of you, or maybe business related, finances. I just get the sense that this process here is quite egoic, whatever that means to you. But you also you have to remember to prioritize your loved ones. So don't only focus on getting ahead in life or in career, but just pay attention to the little things, like the people around you. Like maybe you have a partner or a good friend or family. Like, remember that they are a huge wealth in your life. Like they're like the riches around you. So sure, you can focus on your ambitions, but don't forget to focus on what you've got and appreciate what you've got. Just relax, enjoy time with your loved ones. Okay? So, part 1, that was your reading. I hope that it was helpful to you. I feel like there's a lot of tough cards in the mix, but if you remember the people in your life that make it all worth it, I feel like it softens all this rough energy that may be present in your life in December. So thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, bye bye. Hello everyone who chose pile 2 with clear quartz here, and with this card from the Yogic Path Oracle card deck called Dhyana. So why I pulled this card and this other Oracle card from the Serpent Fire Sigil Oracle card deck is, I wanted to pull cards as an advice first to see how you could achieve your highest good, your highest progress in the month of December. So we have a card of being so present and mindful that you kind of become one with the thing that you're doing, and then we have a card called Karma. So I feel like there's this sense of self-growth happening, or being advised for you to take part in, where you just kind of become so aware of how you act, how you behave, how you think, how you feel, that you are able to dissolve karmic patterns or karmic debt. It could be, we could actually be talking about karmic relationships all through your lifetimes, or it could be just everyday things, but it's just sort of focusing and focusing on yourself, being present in your body, in what you're doing, that you start kind of noticing those things that you normally don't pay attention to, but things that, kind of rule your everyday life. Like, let's say you have an insecurity and it kind of like comes in the way of all your relationships and your career progress, but then kind of when you sit with it, you start dissolving it because you notice it, and like the first point of like changing yourself and becoming something else and letting that old stuff go is just becoming aware of it. So I feel like awareness is a big theme in your month, something that you should pay attention to. Okay, but now let's look at the tarot cards that I pulled for you. So first I pulled 3 cards to represent some sort of energy in your life in December. It's possible that there's a lot going on in your life in December, so these cards just represent like one theme basically. We have Ace of Cups, the Magician, and Queen of Swords here. So I definitely feel like you get this like some sort of inspiration to do something. So it could be like to do something creative or to do something like loving towards someone. It's definitely some sort of beginning of something, but aces always require your action. So if you feel the inspiration to go for something, like it just feels like it comes from the universe or it comes from your heart, I would advise you to take the chance and do something with it. I feel like you've got it in you to kind of make it happen or manifest something new in your life. And you're definitely very logical, smart, mature about it. So you will be able to pull it off, whatever that thing is. I also checked the bottom of the deck after pulling these cards, and we have this 6 of Wands, which is a card of success and victory. So yeah, whatever creative inspiration you may have in, maybe let's say in relationships, in your career, in your creative projects, just go for it, because you definitely have it within you to pull it off. Next I pulled 3 cards to kind of like see where this energy like goes, what happens with it. So we have the 9 of Wands, 8 of Cups, and 2 of Swords with King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I do feel like, whatever this is that you're working on here, it is a success, but it also requires you to keep working on it. Maybe it's actually something that you've been trying to achieve for a while. Like I said, it could be like a creative project or a relationship, maybe a new job. So yeah, you're successful at it, but like when you achieve success, it doesn't just end there, unless you maybe like win the lottery or something. But otherwise, it always requires hard work, even after the fact that it has happened or after you've manifested something. At the same time, like I feel like there's this sense of giving up and walking away. Like maybe this whole process just like triggers your fears, or maybe there's just this sense of boredom, like you achieved it and now you're like, I don't want it anymore, and you're like, I want to walk away from it. Or it just triggers this process of you wanting to walk away from something else in your life. Like let's say you achieve success as a writer, let's say, and then you have this daily job, and you just kind of want to walk away from that daily job and focus on your on your career as a writer, but there's definitely a sense of like maybe guardedness and uncertainty about how to proceed. So the Two of Swords could represent like you feeling kind of like stagnant or uncertain about how to proceed. Could be like a choice that you have to make between, let's say, two careers or two different people, or it's just like this, you're keeping the sense of peace and harmony in your life, but inside there's a lot of like turmoil, not knowing what to do, but there's definitely this sense of like wanting to leave something behind. Or maybe there's just something that happens, like a manifestation that happens, but it kind of feels too much for you and you're not exactly ready. Like you're kind of resisting it some way, like just like, I don't know if I want all of this after all, but I feel like that feeling comes out of fear and just like uncertainty. So to tie together this reading, I pulled 2 advice cards for this whole energy, this whole, situation. And we have 5 of Cups and 3 of Swords here. So what I feel like these 2 cards are telling you is to like stop focusing on the negative and stop, wallowing in self-pity and in pessimism. Learn and grow through hardships. Like maybe there was something or someone who hurt you, but it's time to use that pain for growth and to move forward. I definitely feel like this thing, like what is holding you back or making you feel fearful or uncertain, is this fear of pain. Maybe something happened in your past and it still hurts you, but I feel like it is time to walk away from this and be courageous and start looking at all those things that are working for you, because we have like so many positive cards here. So it's better to focus on those like creative inspirations that you've got and like being this powerful person who can make positive things happen in their life, and just appreciating the good things in your life, rather than like focusing on what went wrong and what has hurt you or who has hurt you. Okay, so that is very important in your life in December. It really goes well together with these cards, these oracle cards here, and what I said about like you needing to pay attention to like patterns that are maybe holding you back, maybe like insecurities or fears, things like that, and dissolving them through like being aware of those patterns in your life. Yeah, so part 2, that was your reading. I really hope that it was beneficial, even though there were like some tough messages here in the mix. I really hope that the reading resonated with you. So thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, bye bye. Hello everyone who chose part 3 with this piece of Moonstone here, and with this card called Ojas from the Yogic Path Oracle card deck. So why I pulled this card and this other one from the Serpent Fire Sigil deck is that I just wanted to start this reading with some advice for how to achieve your highest good, your highest progress in the month of December. So we have Ojas and Solar, so the sun here. Ojas refers to your well-being, your health, like I said earlier. So that could be like emotional or psychological health, which is where my mind first goes to, because the Moonstone is like, it's a very emotional crystal. But it could also represent like your physical health, whatever resonates with you. And then we have the solar here, that is all about like inner radiance, inner confidence, like this, you know, quiet confidence and sense of self that you have deep within you. So yeah, like how to achieve your highest good, your highest progress this month is to kind of focus on your well-being, whatever well-being means to you. So it could be like focusing on your health, like eating well, taking care of your mental health, like your emotions, feelings, you know, it could be like hitting the gym, you know, anything that feels like it's for you. And by that process of focusing on yourself, you will, you know, start showing this, you know, sense of sun within you. And I feel like it will like attract all these positive experiences into your world, into your life. And there's just this huge inner radiance within you if you start focusing on your well-being. So that's an advice for you to start this reading with. And next, let's look at the tarot cards that I pulled. So these cards that I pulled represent an energy in your life in December. So it could be that there's a lot going on in your life, and these cards don't like reflect the whole of it, they just reflect some sort of energy that is going on. So we have the Hanged Man, 4 chalices, 10 of chalices, with 2 of wands as the bottom of the deck energy. From these 3 cards here, I just get this sense of waiting for something. Maybe there's like a lot going on in your life, and you just have to like keep working, keeping things in balance, but at the same time there's not a lot happening. Maybe you're even like getting lost in your own thoughts and just feeling kind of like tired, not really appreciating what you've got. Maybe this thing has been going on for some time. Like maybe you've been going through what I've been going through in the past 2 months, is that like if you live in the northern hemisphere, like it gets dark, so maybe you're just kind of like in this, you know, tunnel of like going to work when it's dark and getting off work when it's dark, and you're just like, it feels like life just goes on and nothing is really happening. So yeah, that could be your life in December, but there's light at the end of the tunnel, because we have the 10 of chalices here, which is like huge emotional fulfillment. So this is emotionally a very pleasing card. So it could have something to do with your relationships, like romance, like if you're into that and you have a relationship in your life, or you're like wanting to date or meet someone. Or it could also represent like career, things like that, anything that has like emotional importance to you. It's December, so I kind of feel like it could also just refer to like spending time with your family and friends, or with your like partner, and just having an amazing time, you know, with those people over the holidays. So like December may feel tiring and like nothing is happening, but you know, there's like a light at the end of the tunnel and these great times waiting for you. So just hold on, okay? And next, I pulled another card of pile of cards to kind of like see where this energy goes here. So we have 9 of Wands, Queen of Coins, and 10 of Wands here. So I kind of feel like you're like back to the grind after this amazing time. Like maybe here you take some time off from work, but then you're back to work here. So, you know, Pentacles, they're like about money, career, or even home, but you just get back to the, you know, the routine, and you're feeling quite alone at it. Like you have to work hard, and maybe things aren't really working the way that you want them to work out, or they just require more effort on your behalf than what you feel comfortable with. I checked the card at the bottom of the pile again, and we have Queen of Wands here. So at the same time, even though you may be feeling like you're working hard and you're not really sure if it's like taking you anywhere, there are like these very mature queen cards here that tell you to, like, you know, remember to have fun and to enjoy yourself, be confident. Like you can, like, you have these wands here, and you control this wands energy, this active energy. So don't take it too seriously, like whatever is happening in your life, because you're this very like active, confident person on the inside. Like you have this power of the sun here. You know, Queen of Wands is all about like the sun and Leo energy to me. So you will be able to overcome these hurdles. Don't focus on them too much. Like focus on your like social life, your home life. Focus on those things that are amazing about your career. You know, both of these queens are like, you know, holding someone, like being hugged by someone. So I feel like, you know, remember to keep this energy of love and care and nurture in your life as well, okay? Lastly, I pulled 2 cards for advice to kind of tie together this reading, and we have 2 of Cups and 4 of Wands here. And so yeah, I definitely feel like putting love, harmony, homecoming, parties, celebrations at the center of your life in December is the way to go. There's so many cards for like love and family, spending time with your loved ones, like love and nurture. Like there are also like this a bit tougher or tiring themes going on, but I feel like you will be able to pull it off and survive this month, like if you just, you know, enjoy time with your like partner. Maybe you're traveling to meet someone, maybe you're traveling to meet your family over the holidays. Maybe you're thinking of like throwing a party or going to a get together like over New Year's or something. And I definitely feel like you should do those things, at least if it's possible where you live and there's like no lockdown happening or anything like that. So yeah, don't focus on these 2 cards. Like I feel like maybe your career or your studies or something like that are kind of weighing you down, but there's so much like great things happening in your life socially and also like within yourself. So you should, you know, keep the main focus on that and not be kind of, you know, focus on things that don't work out for you or things that are making you feel tired. Yeah, so I feel like it's definitely a very positive reading for you if you remember to keep focus on those good things in life in December. Okay, so pile 3, that was your reading. I really hope that it was beneficial to you and that it resonated with you. So thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, bye bye.